late. I wondered what had happened to you.
Miss Jenkins kept me in.
Miss Jenkins, why?
My maths. Oh, I know I'm no good, but I do try. And she goes so fast I don't understand her. And when I tell her, she says, just pay attention.
Oh, I think that's disgraceful. I was no good at maths either, especially long division. But I told my form mistress and she went over it again and again and again, week after week.
Oh, good. You could help me then.
Well, no, she had a nervous breakdown for some reason. And I still count on my fingers. But the point is that when I asked her, she helped me. Now, didn't Miss Jenkins help you after school?
No. She sent me some sums and then went out the room. And when she came back an hour later, I'd got them all wrong. She said I had to take them home and work on them until I got them right.
Good gracious, it's like do the boys' hall.
What is?
But Jane's maths mistress is quite disgraceful.
Hello, my darling.
Hello. Jane's maths mistress.
Hello,
it's
my
really
darling.
quite disgraceful. David, will you listen?
Eh?
My goodness, it's your daughter's problem after all. And I think you ought to go and see this Miss Jenkins. She kept Jane late after school. She refused to tell her what she wanted to know. She set her a list of sums that she doesn't understand.
I think I'd still prefer that to walloping.
David, this is no laughing matter.
Oh.
I think you should make an appointment and see this woman.
Oh, Jane wouldn't want that, would you, darling?
I think I would, Daddy.
All right.
Yes.
You go.
Jane's yours.
Jane's ours now.
Well, she was yours before she was ours. I would do it for the boys if I thought they were being unfairly treated.
What's for supper, Mum?
I'm starving.
Can we have it now?
My tummy's sticking to my backbone.
Oh, nonsense. You had lunch at school.
School lunches?
Yeah.
Cottage pie today.
That cottage should have been condemned.
Yeah, there's one good thing about it, though.
What?
Well, they don't give you much.
They do if you ask them not to.
What?
If I say to Mr. Witherspoon, not too much, sir, you know, and it's something like condemned cottage or prunes, he slaps a great giant portion on my plate and says if I don't eat it, I'm in trouble. That's why I was late today, Mum. I was sick.
Sick?
Oh, yes, he was, Mum. We heard him.
Oh, no. And when I told Mr. Witherspoon I'd been sick, he said it was because I'd left my lunch to get cold and I'd have a double portion again tomorrow.
Oh, he's a right sadist, Mum.
He'd have been a big wheel in the Spanish Inquisition. What's for supper, Mum?
You can't have supper if you've been sick.
Of course I can. I'm empty now, aren't I?
Well, if anything like that happened to Jane,
Yes, well, with a girl, it's a different matter, isn't it?
I think that's pretty shocking.
All right, David.
I mean, a man like that can turn a boy against food.
Yes.
Why don't you go and see this Mr. Witherspoon, darling?
Oh, good heavens, the boys wouldn't want that.
Oh, he would, Mum.
Yes, I'd like to see that idiot's face.
When will you go tomorrow?
Yes, go tomorrow, Mum.
Really bawl him out like you do us.
And complain about the food, too. I mean, they never give us really healthy things like chips or Yorkshire pudding.
I'll go tomorrow, Mum, please.
Please?
I don't know.
Well, you wanted me to see Miss Jenkins.
Miss Jenkins?
What about?
You could have blown her up, too.
Have your suppers.
Oh, your mother suggested I go and see her because you've been a little unfair to Jane.
Oh, great.
Terrific.
So your mother, of course, being that well-known champion of such causes?
Oh, great.
Mum, will you have it out with Mr. Witherspoon in the playground so we can all listen?
And watch.
Certainly not. If I go...
You said you would.
Yes, well, it was David's suggestion.
But he's going.
You're a champion.
If I go, I shall make my complaint firmly but politely in private.
Oh, Mum, do you have to be polite?
Shall I ring the school, see if I can make an appointment?
With Miss Jenkins?
With Miss Jenkins and Mr. Witherspoon. I could pick you up and we go together, hand in hand, to give each other courage.
Oh, I won't need courage, thank you, David. You may, but I shall take it in my stride. Mr. Witherspoon. Mr. Witherspoon. May I remind you that we are no longer living in puritanical times. In Dickensian times. My son is neither Nicholas Nickleby nor Oliver Twist. Oh. Mr. Witherspoon. I must protest. I must protest most strongly. I must protest. Mr. Witherspoon. To you, Peter may be just another pupil. But to me, he is my younger son. Mr. Witherspoon.
Miss Jenkins.
Mr. Redway?
Yes. I've got an appointment with Miss Jenkins.
Yes, that's right. I'm Miss Jenkins. How do you do?
How do you do?
Will you follow me, please?
Yes.
I found a room where we can be alone.
Oh, really?
Can I help you? I'm just waiting for Mr. Witherspoon. Ah, yes, he won't be long. He's having a bit of trouble with his leg.
Why don't you come back on a day when he hasn't got gout, darling? Well, it was your suggestion, and may I say, thank you very much.
Mr. Witherspoon.
Yes? You're Mrs. Redway. Sorry about the wounded hero bit, but small boys can be just as rough to a referee on the football field as full-grown professional boys. Eh? My colleague, Miss Jenkins, has beaten me to the only comfortable room, so perhaps we could have our little chat in here? Hmm? Good. Now, Mrs. Redway, what's your problem?
Well, Mr. Witherspoon,
Yes?
my son Peter was apparently sick after school last night because apparently you'd given him more lunch than he wanted, apparently.
Yes, well, I'm sorry that he was sick, Mrs. Redway, but I'm hardly surprised that he'd eaten about half a pound of chocolate marshmallows in the morning break, which would account, I think, for a slight loss of appetite at midday. And then, as far as I can gather, he polished off the best part of another half pound of chocolate marshmallows after lunch, in, I think, the scripture lesson.
Oh, I had no idea. He doesn't get that much pocket money.
No, well, I have heard it on the grapevine that Peter, for a nominal charge, regularly finishes off the lunches of the boys that can't finish.
A pound of chocolate marshmallows for several lunches?
Precisely. Well, that's why I've given him larger portions, to discourage this surplus intake.
You've done very well, Mr. Witherspoon. And from now on, I shall play my part.
Well, gently, if I may suggest, Peter's a nice boy. I feel if only I could get through to him as a friend instead of a fiend, it would be...
Yes. Well, why don't you come to our house for coffee, drinks, a few crisps, dinner? How about dinner?
Well,
My husband and I are always saying that we ought to get to know better those people closely responsible for our children's education.
Well, if Peter wouldn't be too embarrassed.
Oh, no, he'd be delighted. I get him to serve your portion.
Come.
Uncle, please, sir.
Thank you, Dibs Minor.
Well, how about tomorrow evening, say about 7?
That would be splendid.
Oh, good.
May I bring my wife?
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me.
That's all right. We'd finished our chat, hadn't we, Mrs. Redway?
Oh.
Till tomorrow, then.
Goodbye, Mr. Redway. Goodbye. And goodbye to you, Miss Jenkins. Thank you very much for putting my mind at ease, and I'll have a long talk with Jane. I'm sure there'll be no more trouble at all.
Goodbye, Miss Jenkins.
Goodbye.
Come along, darling. We've taken up quite enough of Miss Jenkins' time.
Yes, indeed we have. Until tomorrow.
Right. Tomorrow?
Yes, I invited around for a drink and a spot of food. Well, we're all saying, aren't we? You ought to get to know the people concerned with our children's education.
Yes, we are. Is she coming alone?
Yeah, we didn't get around to discussing her love life. Why didn't you invite that Mr. Witherspoon? He seemed nice.
I did.
Really? Oh, splendid. Good evening, won't we?
He's bringing Mrs. Witherspoon.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yes, 3 females to 2 blokes. I'm only joking. I haven't fallen for a schoolmistress since my biology classes.
I know.
What?
Well, I was wondering about tomorrow night, what sort of do it's going to be. Well, you know how the children stand around and shuffle when there are other grown-ups there. They might be even worse with their teachers.
Well?
A barbecue. We'll buy a barbecue set. Don't look worried, just a small one. It'll come in useful for picnics, too. We'll be able to stop the car and barbecue meals whenever we want.
Yes, you can buy a crossbow and shoot any passing wild boar.
I've seen a lovely barbecue set in Jackson's. I'll pay for it and you can pick it up in the car.
Not too big, you say?
No, not too big. You'll get it in the boot. On second thoughts, you better take your roof rack.
Hi, Mum.
Hello.
Hello, darlings.
What's all this food?
Yeah, what's in the bowl?
Ah, I wonder.
Is this a surprise?
Well, it's to do with a surprise.
Is it paint?
Paint?
You're going to paint my room?
Certainly not.
Well, it looks like suntan oil, but... Well, it doesn't smell like suntan oil.
All right, Simon.
It smells more like engine oil.
It's something to do with decorating.
No, it isn't. It's to eat.
Eat?
Yeah.
No, it's not to eat exactly. It's to soak that food.
What?
Why ruin good food?
It doesn't ruin it. It prepares it for the barbecue.
Barbecue?
Yes, that's a surprise. David's bringing it home tonight to cook the supper on.
Well, couldn't we have the barbecue without the engine oil?
Get out!
What's up? I'm not looking forward to tonight.
Why, in case Mum sets fire to the supper?
No, stupid. I've just been talking to Dibs Minor. He heard Mr. Witherspoon on the phone to his wife. She's terribly jealous. She was even telling him off for staying to talk to Sally last night.
No. Blimey.
It'll be all right as long as he and Mum don't hold hands. Oh, it's worse than that. How? Mrs. Witherspoon's absolutely convinced there's something going on between Mr. Witherspoon and Miss Jenkins.
Oh, there's David with the barbecue. Go and give him a hand, boys. Okay. I've got a feeling there's going to be a hot time in the old garden tonight.
I think we ought to tell them.
About Mrs. Witherspoon? Why?
Well, we don't want to punch up, do we?
Grown-ups don't have punch-ups when they're out. They wait till they get home.
Oh, well, that won't do us any good, will it? I mean, Miss Jenkins and Mr. Witherspoon will have it in for us forever.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Nor me.
Probably work out at about 1,000 lines a week.
Are you sure we haven't got any meths?
Quite sure. We've used all the lighter fuel, and this is the last box of matches. I have to go back to my Boy Scout days and start rubbing sticks together.
I know I've seen a bottle of mess. Children!
Yes?
There's a bottle of mess under the kitchen sink. Bring it out here, will you?
Okay.
Oh, we'll soon have the flames leaping and all that food sizzling. Oh, I could eat a horse.
I'd settle for a sandwich.
Oh, thank you, darling. Right. There.
Now, let me do it, Sally.
Stand back, everybody. You're not taking the credit for all my hard work. Are you all standing back?
Yes.
Right. Be careful, David.
I try not to burn myself. You know, I don't think bleach is noted for its inflammable quality.
I remember now. I lost the top off the bleach and I poured the rest of the bleach into an empty meths bottle.
Yes, that sounds like you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh, don't be silly, darling.
Oh, well, we'll just have to do it all in the oven and hope for the best. And if it's a failure, I'll just have to get fish and chips from up the road. Anyway, I've got a nice sweet. Sweet! Sweet!
Disappointed people can crack up.
Ha-ha!
Wouldn't you like to sit down, Sally?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Now we'll see the flames rise. There. That puts the brownies one up on the Boy Scouts. Now, it says, the initial flames will quickly drop to a glow when barbecuing can immediately commence. The initial flames will quickly drop to a glow. I would call that a glow, would you?
No.
No. Oh, well, a moment ago we only had dead charcoal. At least we've got lovely fire now.
Yes, but you can't eat it.
Yeah, well, you heard what it said in the pamphlet. The initial flames
Will quickly drop to a glow. Yeah.
Well, they didn't have charcoal briquettes in the olden days. They used to cook over leaping flames like that. I bet it'll do a piece of steak marvellously. There. You'll see it'll soon die down to a glow.
You know what'll be glowing?
What?
The house.
Oh, nonsense. A barbecue always goes in 3 stages. First the flames, then the smoke.
Then the fire engine. A piece of coke, anybody?
I think we ought to tell them.
Tell us.
Well, with all this burnt food and black smoke, there's bound to be a punch-up.
A punch-up between whom?
Mr. Witherspoon and his wife.
Or Mrs. Witherspoon and Miss Jenkins.
Or Mrs. Witherspoon and you.
Or all three.
Children, I don't know what you're talking about.
Mrs. Witherspoon thinks Mr. Witherspoon's got a thing about Miss Jenkins.
Oh, nonsense.
She even thinks he fancies you.
Oh, really?
And some people think Mr. Witherspoon has got a thing about Miss Jenkins.
And Miss Jenkins has got a thing about Mr. Witherspoon.
And Mrs. Witherspoon's sharpening her meat axe.
How true.
Of course
Dick
not.
Miner heard Mr. Witherspoon on the phone to his wife.
Oh, don't be silly. You couldn't hear both of them?
He could. Mrs. Witherspoon was shouting so much, Mr. Witherspoon had to hold the phone away from his ear.
Oh, good heavens, not just a smoking barbecue, but flames of passion to boot.
Well, we'll soon know the worst.
No, don't say that. It's going to be a very nice evening. Now, look, it's died down. Throw some more food on. Children,
Right.
lend a hand. I don't believe it.
Oh, Elizabeth.
You left it till now to tell me that Sandra Jenkins was going to be here.
Well, I know you and your silly ideas.
My ideas? The whole school knows about your ideas.
Elizabeth, I was the one who asked to bring you.
Oh, that's very kind of you, I'm sure.
Oh, you stupid.
It's all true.
Hey,
the
what?
Witherspoons are having a punch-up on the doorstep. No. Punch-up, exactly. But look, could we cancel Miss Jenkins?
Sally, darling.
Well, we've got to keep them apart.
What do you mean, at 2 separate parties?
Well, until they've simmered down. Drink! Isn't that supposed to soothe the savage breast?
Oh, music.
Oh, yes, so we'll have that as well. Oh, go and let them in, Jane.
Shall I ask them if they want to go to the bathroom?
Yes, all right, dear. Hurry.
But, Sally, what are you up to?
Listen, we'll bring the Witherspoons straight out here and we'll ply them with alcohol. It works wonders for me. 2 sherries at the end of the day and I'm at peace with the world. And then, when Miss Jenkins arrives, we'll keep her in the sitting room until she's been plied with alcohol.
Oh, darling.
Now, put some music on, Simon. Nothing loud, something nice and soothing.
Right.
And if you give out with one puff of smoke...
I didn't want to go to the loo.
Oh, they keep us young, don't they?
This is my wife. Betty, this is Mr. and Mrs. Redway.
Oh, Sally and David.
Oh, right, I'm Ted.
How did you... Oh, well, that makes a nice friendly atmosphere, doesn't it? Nothing like a nice friendly atmosphere, that's what I always say. Well, there's so much trouble in the world, isn't there? I mean, people quarrelling and fighting. We don't want to add to it, do we? No, we don't.
No.
No. Peace on earth, goodwill to all men.
Yes.
Yes.
Not just at Christmas, that's what I always say. Drinks.
Drinks, yes.
Right, what will you have to drink, Miss Jenkins? Mrs. Witherspoon.
And I don't, actually.
You don't?
No, not alcohol. It goes straight to my head.
A bit of lemon or something?
Oh, we're out of bitter lemon.
Oh, well, orange squash.
Oh, the children have finished the orange
No,
squash.
no, Mum, that's-
Simon, check the barbecue. Surely just a sherry.
No, really.
Oh, it works wonders on me. 2 sherries at the end of a hard day and I'm anybody's.
Come along, Betty. You know you have the occasional drop of vino.
Wine! David, bring the wine!
Oh, well, only if it's opened.
Oh, don't worry, we have a corkscrew.
Well, only a drop.
Only a drop, I'll pour. You attend to Mr. Jenkins. With a spoon. Ted.
Whiskey? Whiskey. Yeah, just a little. Lot of water.
Sorry, I wasn't looking.
Good heavens, you'll have me squiffy.
Oh, good. No, it's David. Have a good swig.
Rather a dark colour.
Yes, it's a dark whiskey. No, Jane, I'll go. Here you are, darling. Now, knock 'em back.
She's a live wire.
Hello, what do you have to drink? Pardon? Whiskey, sherry, gin, you name it, we've got it. Straight ahead.
I'm not late, am I?
No, sit down.
Well, it's just that you seemed in a bit of a hurry.
Well, you look thirsty. Whiskey, sherry, gin. A mixture of all three, if you like. It's Liberty Hall here.
I'm not the first, am I?
Yes. No. Would you like some music? It'll set the mood. Hardly cocktails for two, is it? Now, what did you say you wanted to drink?
Well, a small vermouth.
Vermouth.
Just a small one.
Don't worry. We've got plenty.
You see, I'd also like some
There you are.
soda
What?
in the vermouth. You don't seem to have left much room.
Yes, I tell you what. You make the room, and I'll add the soda.
They're in the garden.
Yes, they're just getting the barbecue started. You've got plenty of time to down that.
Yes, but...
Oh, it'll warm your blood. It's rather nippy out there tonight.
Yes, but I'm very sorry, but without soda.
Oh, right. No, I put on a nice record for you.
No, I think I prefer to join the others, if you don't mind.
Oh, but you're not squiffy. Relaxed yet.
No, but the barbecue smells so good, and so does the fresh air.
Well,
Another.
Please.
Are you sure, dear?
Quite sure, thank you, dear. Your wife was quite right. It's totally inoculate. Harmless. Sandra, how splendid to see you. Do you know David Redway? Well, we met the other day. Did you really? Aren't you lucky? I only met him this evening.
Hello, Sandra.
Hello, Ted. But I trust there will be other evenings.
Oh, I trust too.
Barbecue smells good, doesn't it?
I don't know. Suddenly all I can smell is your aftershave.
Really?
Yes. Next time we'll be at our place.
Well, we'll see.
I insist.
Then I agree.
right, who's for not? Start serving. Supper's up.
May I finish my drink first?
May she finish her drink, sir?
No. David, could you help me, please?
He can help me.
Oh, splendid.
Why don't you come and join Miss Jenkins and your husband?
Why? I'm very happy with your husband.
I know you don't like to drink too much.
I'm not drinking as it happens.
Good, because the supper's ready. Listen, grown-ups first.
There's no hurry.
No hurry. You've done nothing but hold Mrs. Witherspoon's hand.
I beg your pardon?
Granted.
Good grief, Sally, that's what you wanted.
What?
What's that?
Nothing.
Your wife wanted you to hold my wife's hand?
Certainly not.
Who are you to talk? You've done nothing but canoodle with Sandra Jenkins.
Canoodle?
And what about you?
This is all your fault.
My fault is
When everything was going so smoothly.
too smoothly.
Look, you're as bad as Betty Witherspoon.
I beg your pardon.
Well, I don't fancy going to school tomorrow.
Nor me.